All right, you guys, welcome to the video. It's me, Ciara, aka Ciara in the bonus, and we are here live on Twitch. Make sure y'all drop a follow to the Twitch to pull it to the live stream and be a part of the conversation. Now, this is something I've been wanting to get to for a minute, but now it's kind of time to go ahead and address it now that we got some more information and things like that. So, y'all, we got a legend that seemed like he might be getting taken advantage of, could be getting Michael Jackson, if y'all get what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I hope that is not the case. But y'all, Kanye is in a very dangerous place. And based on some of the information I've seen, this whole situation is not new, which is concerning. I'm sure my guy Patrick's going to give you all the details, more of the like specifics of everything. But we got to go ahead and address this. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Do y'all think it's a conspiracy? Do y'all think it's just him? I don't know, bro. Let's go ahead and get into it. Why Kanye's employees are watching him die. This is sad, bro. This is sad.
At the start of 2024, Kanye West revealed his $850,000.
Oh, by the way, make sure y'all leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I want to know what y'all think. I make these videos so I can get you guys' thoughts. So let me know in the comments. And also, drop a follow to the Twitch to come to the live stream. The link's pinned in the comments in the description. Now I remember this. Is this a real, like, did he replace his teeth with this thing?
Start of 2024, Kanye West revealed his $850,000 permanent titanium dentures.
Well, I guess, wait. Chat, isn't dentures like the thing that replace your teeth? So that means that these things, I thought this was a grill. So he don't have teeth no more. He has titanium as his teeth. Is that what we're saying?
He didn't know was that there were.
It's kind of remind me when Lil Uzi put that pink diamond in the middle of his forehead. Y'all remember when he did that? That was insane.
Much darker, more sinister ramifications after the procedure. In a sworn affidavit made by Ye's ex-chief of staff, he alleged that Ye's dentist was illegally supplying the rapper with nitrous oxide, resulting in Ye becoming dependent on the substance. This affidavit goes far and beyond just a shady dentist selling some gas. This document paints the picture of a full-blown invasion strategy from some shady business people who are trying to get a billionaire hooked on drugs, take over his business, milk every last dollar from him while they drive his business into the ground.
All right,
Multiple sources who worked for Ye confirmed online that he has been using nitrous for a while, noting—
Whoa, they said accused of having nitrous oxide addiction amid rapper losing lawyer who's withdrawing representation. So basically the lawyer quit. His lawyer decided to not represent him anymore. That's kind of crazy. Allegation came amid Ye's lawyer requesting to withdraw his representation. Wow. You know how bad it gotta be for a lawyer to decide to quit?
Sources who worked for Ye confirmed online that he has been using nitrous for a while, noting that it has become an obvious problem.
Ryan Garcia, this Ye, I'm on the nitrous.
The details—
Bro, how is there so many like examples of Kanye literally telling us he was on this stuff? Because I've seen a little clip here and there. There's a time where he was on stage and was talking about shout out the nitrous oxide. I'm like, where was this clip? I mean, first of all, I just learned what the whole shebang is. I'm sure he's gonna give us a little lesson on it, but he's been talking about it and ain't nobody pick up the pattern
of the allegations
so recently.
get even crazier. 4 large surgical tanks of nitrous oxide were seen being carried into Ye's girlfriend's apartment. That Ye was paying $50,000 a month for the gas. That Ye paid for the dentist to move into his apartment building so he had constant access to the gas.
Now, if this ain't a red flag, I know people don't like to talk about conspiracies but think about it. Kanye is one of the richest, most valuable, and influential creatives, not just musician, creatives of all time, right? He always say, I am the culture. True. Musically, fashion-wise, yes. That's obviously why he had all the deals with Adidas and all the people, you know, whether he works with them or not. He's one of the very few people that was in a position to capitalize off of his influence to that extent, right? So if we talk about what's the motive to take advantage of somebody like this, well, to me, it's pretty obvious. He has a lot of money. If you can control him and deteriorate his brain, then you can manipulate him and get more money out of him, right? Let's just look at these three things. Transportation of 4 surgical size canisters. Let's go back to what possible reason, if we're just trying to be objective, what possible reason could a dentist have for bringing 4 surgical size canisters of this stuff to an apartment? Last time I checked, ain't no surgery going on in an apartment. Number one. Number two, he's paying more than $50,000 a month. That's just what's on the record. It could be more than that for all we know. And imagine, how long has he been paying $50,000 a month for? Let's just do some math. I love doing math. Let's calculate right quick, because I saw an article that said something about Kanye first mentioned this in like 2014 or 2015. So let's go 50,000 times, I'm curious, times 12 months. That's $600,000 in a year. Let's just say he's been doing this stuff for off and on 10 years. So we'll say maybe consistently, let's just say like 5 to 7 years. So we're going to multiply, hold on, 600,000 times, let's just say it was 6 years. Let's kind of go in the middle. $3.6 million. So it's like, if there was ever a question like, oh, what would be the reason why they would do this? You know, someone trying to play devil's advocate. Well, look at the amount of money that they're getting out of him, and you're deteriorating his brain. I'm not saying it's people above or someone getting this dentist to do this to deteriorate his brain. I don't know the extent of it, but on the surface level, I think it's safe to assume that they're getting money out of him, right? This is just a guesstimate. He could be paying more for it than this. So $50,000 a month, and he's been doing this stuff for years. That's a lot of potential money, right? So the last one said, continuing to supply the gas long after the emergence of distressing symptoms. So the dentist who's supplying this stuff to Kanye already saw that there was things going wrong and bad side effects, of course, because you're not supposed to use it recreationally. It kills your brain cells. And still supplied it to him. So that's literally the doctor not doing their job. The doctor's supposed to do what's in the patient's best interest. They're clearly not. Moving into the dentist, moving into Kanye's apartment building. Chat. I mean, how many things that's suspicious have to be added up before we could just call it what it is, right? It's clearly something nefarious going on. It's clearly something. Now, to what extent you want to acknowledge that is up to you, right? But it's clearly, when you add all this stuff up together, somebody's doing something that's on some BS, and they clearly have a vested interest in either just extracting money out of him or extracting money out of him and deteriorating his mental capacity, right? Because as far as I heard, I think you can die. You can die from using this stuff. So yeah, let's just see. Oh, and then this other point right here. They said instruction to the patient in the operation of nitrous gas canisters left by Conley at the patient home. So the dentist not only brought these nitrous cans to Kanye's house, he taught him how to give it to himself so that he can get himself high without a doctor around. Come on, y'all. Does that sound like somebody that's doing something good or clean? Hell nah. The person who's up to this, I don't know if this is his own plan. I don't know if he's connected to somebody that wants to do this to Kanye to make him crazier or kill his brain off. I don't know. We don't know, but it's clearly not all kosher. It's clearly not. What's good, JJ? How you doing, my guy? How we feeling today?
Although many people have no sympathy for Ye since he basically destroyed his reputation, others see this as his addiction being forced on him, leading to being trapped in an inescapable situation that could cost him his life. Today we are going to investigate all of the details of Ye's disastrous dentures, starting with the alleged evil dentist himself.
Be so for real. Y'all, this is the dentist? This is the dentist. Ain't no way in the world. Wait, what does his shirt say? That's an awful blank of cough syrup. Wait a minute. I was already judging a book by its cover. Forget that. You know they say don't judge a book by its cover, but I don't care. Forget that. Sometimes you do need to judge. Keep it a buck, chat. Keep it a buck. Are you letting this dude be your dentist? Be honest, y'all. No judgment. Are you letting this dude be your dentist? Y'all let me know in the comments on YouTube. Ain't no way I'm letting a dude that look like this anywhere near my teeth. He looks like a... Let's keep it a buck. He looks like a thug. hey, he looks like a thug. This man looks like, I don't know, like a criminal. I don't know how else to say it, bro. Let's keep it. I'm not even gonna BS about it, y'all. He just looked like a criminal. He looks like someone that does illegal things. The tattoos, the man got tattoos on his head. And then on top of that, you're a dentist and you got a shirt on that said, that's an awful, I don't know what this word is. That's an awful blank of cough syrup. Let's think about this, y'all. Cough syrup. He ain't talking about the regular cough syrup you get out the store. He ain't talking about that over the counter. He talking about that what? He talking about that lean, the purple, the green. You know what I'm saying, chat? He talking about the cough syrup that they make, the lean with the Jolly Ranchers and the Sprite and the scissor. Remember Lil Wayne scissor? That stuff. Why is a professional, a medical professional, wearing a shirt that is glorifying cough syrup? Like, that's already suspicious. Outside that, just how he looks, his aesthetic, and then he wearing a chain. I'm sorry. Look, I don't be trying to judge. I have a relatively progressive mindset with like how I view people in certain industries. I don't feel like there should be like too much judgment on like the aesthetics of what they do if they're good at their job, right? But sometimes you gotta like keep it real and analyze stuff for what it is. Why does the man have a shirt talking about cough syrup on? Why does he look like a influencer or something? He's wearing a what's it called, a chain? I'm not saying you can't wear a chain as a dentist. I'm really not trying to say that, but it's like, it's hard to overlook the guy's aesthetic. He looks like he want to be a rapper or something. And I'm not even saying being a rapper is inherently bad, but you're a dentist and you look like this. Why do you look like this as a dentist?
Himself.
This is an insane shirt, bro. You're glorifying drug abuse, essentially, with this shirt. That's the implication. Y'all can sit here and play crazy all you want. No, I'm reading between the lines.
Thomas Connolly.
Nah,
nope.
See, that's what people be taking stuff surface level, trying to play devil's advocate. Sometimes when the information stacked together, you gotta accept it for what it is, gang. Ain't no playing devil's advocate with stuff like this, bro.
Oh, this is not the winner of the World's Strongest Man competition, nor is it a member of Hell's Angels. This is Thomas Connolly, who describes himself as a trailblazer in the world of dentistry.
Oh,
his
nah.
states
Trailblazer? Trailblazer what? Giving celebrities drugs?
that Dr. Connolly has 25 years of experience with offices in Manhattan and Beverly Hills.
Father of Diamond Dentistry? Chat, why does that sound like a mafia group or something? Like, what?
He received his dental training at the Mayo Clinic, the University of Detroit Mercy, and Louisiana State University. He also served as a clinical professor at Harvard University Dental School.
So he's clearly good at what he does, right? To me, this doesn't mean anything. He's obviously licensed and a professional at dentistry. But think about it like this. If you're smart and you want to make more than what an average dentist makes, what do? You become a dentist for celebrities. And then if you want to get the illegal bag, what do? You abuse your power, connections, your credentials. You abuse your expertise and start supplying them with drugs. Allegedly. That's if I'm thinking like a criminal, right? And I don't want to just get the regular bag for charging celebrities all this money for their teeth. I'll be your plug. There's plenty of doctors and professionals who are plugs. How do y'all think these medications be getting to the streets and getting sold by the street plugs? Somebody that is a professional somewhere is sliding some drugs to somebody to sell it to somebody else, right? It doesn't mean all of them are, but there's a certain subset that gets away with it, and runs up a bag off of selling drugs to people so they can sell the drugs to the streets. So to me, I already see this dude game. I feel like that's what he doing. He probably selling it to other people too. And it be the people that's prestigious and all that who be getting away with the stuff the most. Cause no one's suspecting you because you're a high class, you're elite. You went to elite universities and have all these credentials and cosigns. Those be the main ones getting away with it. Just like them white collar crimes. It be the people that you least expect. And that's why they do it, because you don't suspect them.
In Boston and Columbia School of Dental Medicine in New York City. However, Dr. Connolly doesn't look like your regular dentist, given his
like, bro, why does he look like he want to be an influencer so bad?
Physique and tattoos.
Like, bro, I'ma just say, it's pretty safe to assume that it's a red flag if your dentist is a influencer, or not just dentist, but your doctor. If your doctor's an influencer, I feel like it's at least a 25 to 50% chance that something is a little off with him.
I'm that guy that's a complete mystery.
I'm not saying they can't create content. I'm talking like they treat their profession as a way to gain influence, not business, right? I'm not saying you can't put yourself out there, but I'm just saying there's a certain archetype of person that likes the attention from being an influencer more than their actual job. That's a red flag. I don't care what nobody said.
When you meet me,
red flag,
Dr.
red flag.
Connolly told the source. It's funny, people always feel like they're meeting someone famous. People always ask, what do you do?
See?
It's almost always the same thing. UFC fighter. Growing up in Detroit, Michigan, he dabbled in working out and lifting.
He from Detroit. Be for real. Come on. I mean, I'm gonna say it like this. I love Detroit rappers. Shout out to them for the culture, but like, I don't exactly think of model citizens when I hear Detroit.
Lifting weights. After becoming a registered dentist, he began taking bodybuilding seriously and became the most jacked dentist in the world, according to Muscular Development. To balance working out with
he definitely on steroids.
Dentistry, Dr. Connolly limits his patients to just 1 per day. I have an advantage over a regular dentist. Oh, we have 50 patients today, 20 hygiene patients over a week, a crown, this and that. Me? I got 1 guy, and my fees reflect my experience. I'm very blessed.
Originally, 1 patient a day. Obviously, he charged a lot, but see, this feed into my theory. When I was saying this dude get most of his money probably from doing the illegal stuff. You realize how much money he can make just by selling drugs, or maybe he don't have a patient, but he'll charge people to get one of those nitrous canisters, or he'll charge people to do a home visit and give them the nitrous canister, or he'll charge them to teach them how to use it themselves. Think about it. How else is he making his money? Yes, he's charging a lot for 1 patient a day, but how else is he making up the other money? Because if he really wanted bread as a dentist, he would have multiple patients a day and charge the high price. Think about it, chat. You really gotta like read between the lines on what people say.
Connolly made a name for himself in the pro sports and modeling world. I performed dentistry on a lot of beautiful women, a lot of NFL players, and sports players at that point in my career. I wanted to push my services into other industries other than modeling and sports, so we began to focus on the music industry.
The music industry just so happens to also be an area where there's a lot of people, a lot of artists that abuse drugs. Come on, he's smart, bro. He's smart.
At some point, Dr. Connolly ran into Post Malone's manager, Dre London. He said, "Hey Dre, this
boy, I about thought that was what's his name? Rich Paul, LeBron James' friend, Rich Paul.
This is what I do." And he goes, "Yeah, every dentist wants to do post teeth. I'll put you on the list." They had signed a new artist named Tyler Yahweh. I said, "Hey, you just signed Tyler. His teeth look terrible. I'll do his teeth for free." After fully
that's insane.
Restoring Tyler Yahweh's mouth, he introduced Connolly to Post, who asked the dentist if he could do a whole tooth as a diamond. The process had never been quite done before, and Connolly spent over a year trying to figure out the best way to do it, but they made it happen. Less than a year after the diamond teeth, Malone returned to Dr. Connolly to have the 10 porcelain veneers on his lower teeth replaced with platinum veneers. Post spent around $1.6 million on his teeth in 2021.
1.6 million. 1.6 million on his teeth? How do you spend that much money on? Huh.
Since working with Post Malone, Dr. Connolly's profile has skyrocketed. A bunch of new clientele ran to his private messages, including Odell Beckham Jr., Shaquille O'Neal, Chris Brown, DaBaby, Moneybagg Yo, Kid Laroi, as well as tons of other athletes and celebrities. Ye was allegedly introduced to Connolly by songwriter Billy Walsh towards the end of 2023, where Ye pitched the idea of the titanium grill. Little did Ye know this procedure would result in him suffering from a brutal addiction. But first, a quick word from today's sponsor.
W sponsor, y'all go support. Y'all go support. Here we go.
While rolling out his album Vultures alongside Ty Dolla $ign in early 2024, Ye posted a photo of his metal mouth on his Instagram story, then going on to compare his new look to the James Bond villain, Jaws.
Wow, that's crazy.
The Daily Mail originally reported that he had all of his teeth removed and replaced with titanium dentures.
Is that even safe for your teeth to get replaced with metal? Is it like how? I would love to see the procedure, how they make that work.
Also revealing that the procedure cost a whopping $850,000 and was done by Dr. Thomas Connolly in Beverly Hills alongside Naoki Hayashi, master dental technician. That man really paid $850K for those foil grills we all made in elementary school.
For real though.
With all the misinformation and mystery surrounding this.
All right, be honest. Go ahead, let me know in the comments who else did the foil grills. You know what I'm saying? We used the little what's it called, the little wrapper from the gum.
Look, Ye's team tried to clarify. Ye's representatives said that they were fixed prosthodontics, which is a specialized branch of dentistry.
Okay, there we go.
Dedicated to making artificial teeth for damaged or missing teeth.
Interesting. Okay, yeah, I've heard of that. He did not have his teeth removed. He still has he has full dentition healthy. Okay.
Specialized branch of dentistry dedicated to making artificial teeth for damaged or missing teeth. They are, as the name suggests, fixed and permanent. This goes way beyond veneers or grills. The rep clarified that he didn't get his teeth removed, but rather that the implants were experimental dentistry to say the least. As odd as it sounds, there has been sort of a mystery surrounding Ye's teeth for many years. He was in a near-fatal car crash in 2002, which resulted in him breaking his jaw in multiple places as well as shattering his teeth. I couldn't find a source to 100% confirm this, but judging by how good his teeth looked afterwards suggests that he had at least got the bottom row fully replaced with implants. Then in 2010 he appeared on Ellen where he told her that he'd replaced his entire bottom row of teeth with diamond and gold implants.
Oh wow.
It's your real teeth.
Damn, that shit's shiny though.
You just put it on top of your teeth?
No, it's like replaced my bottom row of teeth.
You ripped all those teeth out and put in that?
I just thought the diamonds were cooler.
According to dental expert Dr. Emmanuel Leave, it's much more likely that West had his teeth trimmed down and used them as support for a gold and diamond encrusted bridge, more or less as Ellen suspected. It's also possible that West had his front teeth surgically removed, replaced them with titanium implants, and then had the flashy structure built on top. This would also make the procedure of him installing this new metal teeth more realistic if he already had implants.
Right.
And despite how insane his new look is, people were shocked for like a week and then just moved on, as it just seemed like another one of Kanye's antics to add to
it does look crazy though.
The extremely long list of weird and controversial things that he has done his entire career. And this is the point in the video where you think it's just about some evil dentist and how Ye might be developing a drug addiction, but then you realize that this video is about the fundamental collapse of Ye's entire life and career, and that nobody around him can be trusted, and it's just chaos. So buckle up. In April of 2020,
oh y'all buckle up.
News broke that a Kanye West representative announced that Ye was planning.
Oh, the corn, the Yeezy corn. Yeah, that was kind of crazy, y'all. You know what's crazy? I heard about this whole Yeezy corn thing he tried to do. They said that, I don't know. Let me not mess it up. I'm gonna just say the part I remember for sure. There was a Discord of people that were working on the website, and they had underage people working on the website there was no like system in place to keep the underage workers away from the corn. So basically he had adults and young people working on building this website, and the young people had access to the corn on the website. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. kind of crazy.
Planning to launch Yeezy Prawn.
I think he was getting sued for that because he ended up not paying the people. That's the only way we found out.
No concrete details were given to even remotely explain what this meant, how it was going to work, or why he was even doing it.
Well, we know why, because he has an addiction.
However, it was because of this new business venture that Milo Yiannopoulos decided to exit the company. In a resignation letter provided to TMZ,
was this the guy that was like a super Christian? I remember his name. Why do I remember this guy from like the 2016 election or something? I might be tripping, but I vaguely remember him from something related to that.
Milo wrote, "I cannot be complicit in the production or dissemination of prawn films and literature for moral and religious reasons, but also because such material and the kind of people invariably involved in its production represent an imminent danger to my life as a recovering addict and an unacceptable risk to my spiritual and physical health as a..."
Oh, he's one of the guys that was gay and then turned himself ungay. That's probably why I remember him. As a former homosexual, I'm not gonna lie. That's funny. That's funny. I know he wasn't trying to be funny, but just seeing someone type that out as a former homosexual is just hilarious to me.
Homosexual. He then goes
He's a reformed homosexual, please.
On to offer his resignation. Ye has had a very open admission to his love and addiction to prawn over the years. However, with his shift towards focusing on his Christianity and relationship with God, creating this type of business feels out of character for the Ye we have come to know in recent years.
Not really. Most of his career, he's been addicted. I mean, literally look at the cover, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Literally just ask yourself what his Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is. Then you add on to that the stuff that came out about him literally being in business meetings with like Adidas and Balenciaga and showing the other executives corn on his phone during the meeting. And it was recorded. To me, this is more in line with who he actually was. I think we just kind of ignored it. Or maybe we thought, oh, that's just Kanye being crazy until now.
Something was
so it's not out of character to me.
Seriously off with Ye, but when the reports of Milo's resignation came out, another Yeezy employee...
Yes, Jules. Ain't this the one they said LeBron, allegedly... Ain't this the one they allegedly said LeBron cheated on Savannah with? Hold on. Nah, I'm not making this up. It's a rumor. We don't know for sure. Yes. Oh, hell no, they wiped the internet with this stuff. It didn't even popping up. Look. How Yes Jules got caught up in LeBron James affair rumors after hosting Miami party. I think this back was like his Miami days. Oh, here we go. That's the picture. See, this is why some people be saying, as a married man, you can't even take pictures with women. Cause look, me personally, if I'm Savannah, sir, what you doing taking a picture with a woman with her tongue out? I'm just saying, I'm just a messenger. I'm just telling y'all what I would think. Yes, Jules again denies having an affair with LeBron James. Yeah. So I'm just wanted to show y'all I'm not making that up. It has been a thing that said we won't know for sure, but I'm just saying. That's what I know her from.
Social media personality Yes Jules posted a text message screenshot from Ye.
What does she do? Does she have like OnlyFans? Like, what does she do?
I fired Milo. It was evident that the Yeezy LLC empire was failing. Clothing orders were extremely late or wrong or lacking in quality. Whenever Ye was seen in public, he looked very unhealthy. His wife Bianca seems to just...
Yeah, when he was looking like this, I was like, bro started wearing so what is she wearing? Y'all, what is this? Why does she look like the top of the this look like the top end of a boot? You know how like there's some boots that like fold like this. Why she look like a boot though?
be a prop for his clothing brand, and fans are trying to pretend like everything is okay and this is just a normal, yay, weird, unpredictable behavior, but deep down they know that something is seriously off. And in early June, an Instagram fan page by the name of Ye Defense Team posted
Ye Defense, please get off his meat. Please get off his meat. If you're a grown man or a grown woman and you got a, what is this, Instagram page named Insert Celebrities Defense Team, you better be making some money off that. Otherwise, I'm judging. If you're making money off of it, I ain't got nothing to say. But if you were doing that for free 99, I think you have some things to evaluate in life. I'm just saying.
this passive-aggressive message on their Instagram story that read, "If you have any complaints with Yeezy, if you want to know where your merch is, if you want to know why the album's getting delayed, if you want to know where to get some nitrous maybe need some prawns."
Ooh. Oh, they not defending Kanye. If you want to know where to get some nitrous, maybe need some new connects for your shoot, anything. Ye's new handler.
Star connects for your shoot, anything at all. Ye's new handler, Eric J. Quee, will take care of that for you. He will happily assist you since he knows everything and everyone that can get you what you need, since he convinced Ye to fire everyone who was getting all these things done because they weren't in his way so he could get his friends jobs. It's unclear what a handler is and what that job would even entail. Like,
Isn't the handler like the person that keeps the celebrity in check?
handler implies somebody who's unable of taking care of themselves, like somebody who might be handicapped or has some sort of disability. Eric replied on his story, "I never really wanted to publicly disclose that I'm working at Yeezy to avoid drama and attention." And the drama in question would probably emerge from the fact that Eric used to work for Drake, who is Ye's #1 enemy. In private
Well, would Kanye even allow someone that worked with Drake to be on his team?
DMs exposed by Milo, Eric said, "I know Drake's team very well actually. I'm much closer to his team than Ye. I went."
Wait, run that back. It's crazy, but Drake has the nicest crew out of anyone in hip hop. That gives spy vibes.
Eric said, "I know Drake's team very well actually.
Security included, like they move like a real
I'm much
family."
closer to his team
I'm reading
than
them other
Ye.
messages. Everyone at OVO is a class act. Like they move like a real family. Drake pays for everyone. It's nuts. They're so loyal. I remember the first time he had beef with Ye.
I went
I went to
to
Drake's house and helped all his boys sell their Yeezys." So basically, you were a world-class meat writer, okay?
Drake's house and helped all
All
his
right.
boys sell their Yeezys. And considering Eric's position as Ye's handler, he doesn't really seem to have Ye's best interests in mind and seems to have an affinity.
Right? How did? Now, as much as Kanye don't like Drake, I know they made up, but they're not cool right now. Why would Kanye willingly choose someone to be on his team that was that close to Drake?
For Ye's biggest op, Drake. However, after Ye's highly anticipated album Vultures 2 came out on August 3rd, 2024, fans were even more confused at what they heard. It sounded rushed and unfinished, where he seemingly slapped a bunch of demos together and even refused to record some of the tracks but had other rappers perform it while using an AI filter of his voice. And if you're not a fan of or you don't really know Ye's music but you are aware of his controversial antics, then this may not seem that weird or that big of a deal. But regardless of Ye's mental state throughout his entire career, the music was always good. Like, this album wasn't just bad, it was genuinely confusing that he would release something.
Did y'all hear Vultures 2? Anybody listen to that? I ain't hear it. I just feel like Donda was the point where I just started tuning out of Kanye's albums. Honestly, I feel like from the Life of Pablo to like Kid See Ghost, that's the era where I listened to each album. I actually have a Kanye album review on my channel, his first album, College Dropout. I'm actually going to go in order to listen to all the albums. But yeah, Donda was too much for me. I didn't give it a fair listen to hear everything, but it was just too much. I don't know. There were some good songs off of it, but yeah, just respectfully, it just wasn't for me.
something so
I would give it a try, but like, I don't know. It was too much going on.
sloppy and unfinished considering his amazing catalog. And 4 days after the album was released, we learned that Ye's mental state and business affairs were much worse than we could have ever imagined. Milo Yiannopoulos, former chief of staff at Yeezy, decided to submit a complaint to the California Dental Board pertaining to reckless, unethical, dishonest, exploitative, and upon information and belief, illegal conduct by Dr. Thomas P. Connolly. He then took to Twitter to publicly announce all of the details of the complaint, starting
Okay, now that's the first thing I ever saw about this whole situation.
with accusing his dentist, Thomas Connolly, of getting Ye hooked on nitrous, aka laughing gas. It is my belief that Connolly sought to diminish Ye's mental faculties so that Connolly and his business associates could extract millions of dollars from him. Many people forget that Ye makes almost no money from his music, but has amassed his fortune from the profits of his Yeezy clothing. Yeezy revenue in 2022 was $1.3 billion, and operating profit in 2023 was north of $500 million.
Wow, that's crazy. See, Kanye should have went independent from the beginning. And you know what's so crazy? Sway told him that if you're really a boss, why are you working with these big corporations? He's like, I am the culture, da da da. Sway's like, yeah, but like, bro, if you really are like that, which we believe you are, you don't need them. You could do it by yourself. That's when we got the iconic, you don't got the answer, Sway, little moment. That's what Kanye was responding to. But now looking back, Sway was right. Now imagine if Kanye was working independent, not working with Adidas, Balenciaga, Louis Vuitton, whoever, and he was working on his Yeezy brand from the beginning. He could have avoided a lot of these problems, and I wonder how much more money he would have made. Think about it. This is him making money after he cut ties with the big corporations. So he's clearly worth billions alone. So imagine if he had built his stuff up since all the way back then. Let's say maybe like, when did he first do that collab with Nike? 2013, 2014? Imagine when he did that first Yeezy shoe, those red ones. I think they're called Red Octobers. Those are still super rare to this day. People still want those shoes to this day.
And that's just 2 years. He has been growing the brand and earning tens of hundreds of millions of dollars every year for nearly a decade. So Yeezy LLC is nothing short of a massive corporation. Milo was hired by Yeezy LLC as chief of staff in 2022. A chief of
So what is this guy's business credentials? Like, does this dude Milo, like, what does he do aside from just tout himself as a conservative former homosexual? Which I wouldn't be surprised if he made that storyline up just to grift people.
staff is an executive level employee who supervises and communicates with lower level staff members, providing project management.
Yo, what's good, J-Luke?
Strategic planning processes. While carrying out these operations, Milo discovered dozens of fraudulent schemes, audacious greed, double billing, duplication of labor, entirely unnecessary employees collecting 7-figure.
So what this sound like? Kanye was getting exploited. So he not paying attention and letting other people run stuff. And people over here probably creating fake job positions and they get in. Wait, he said 7. I thought that said 6-figure salaries. So there's people over here who aren't even necessary to the company that's probably making millions of dollars in a salary. And Kanye don't even know. That's crazy. Duplication of labor. So I'm assuming like maybe the labor, whatever they were doing to make the products, it wasn't efficient. They didn't even need people to be working double, but they had people working double, which means more cost. Double billing, so stuff getting charged multiple times. Like, what? I mean, what it sounds like is, what do they call that? Embezzlement. Not on Kanye's part. We don't know, but I'm just assuming maybe someone within the company giving themselves money.
Salaries, and all manner of other senseless wastes of money. Milo immediately started making executive changes, firing more than 130 people, which saved the company $30 million in salary expenses, while not negatively impacting business operations.
So he clearly knew how to do something.
That the dentist was introduced to Ye by Billy Walsh, a music industry figure who was paid $1 million for his work on Vultures Volume 1, but could not identify a single track he worked on when challenged by Yeezy staff.
What? Okay, so this tells me there's some sniggity going on here, clearly. Now, let me look this dude up. His name is Billy Walsh. So he's a music industry figure. What does that mean? Walsh. He's a songwriter. Who is Billy Watt? Billy Walsh. Is it? So what does he do? He's a songwriter? Wait. Huh. Now this is interesting. Remember how Patrick CC brought up these two artists? I don't know if this can't be a coincidence, y'all. Billy Walsh is a songwriter. He's written songs performed by Post Malone and the Kid Laroi. Now think about that. They're saying the Billy Walsh guy connected this dentist dude to Kanye. And remember how they said the dentist dude had also worked with Post Malone and the Kid Laroi on their teeth? Noticing, hashtag noticing. We're figuring something out. Now that's interesting. So we don't know who this Billy Walsh guy is. So then they asked this guy, what now I'm noticing something here. Let's put this together. The Billy Walsh guy was paid $1 million for his work on Vultures. Sounds like a handler or someone just getting paid for something else. Services, connections, networking, who knows what they're calling it. Reality is he's worked with other artists before. And he just so happened to work with artists that he also connected to the same dentist he connected Kanye to. That's some BS. So then I'm noticing something else. So he's a writer on Post Malone and the Kid Laroi songs. Was he really a writer on those songs? Or did they just have him as a writer on those songs like they had him as a writer on Vultures Volume 1? Noticing something? I'm not understanding where this takes us. This is the guy. He also looks like a thug. I'm not gonna lie. This guy probably the dentist friend. He looked like the same the same build.
But could not identify a single track he worked on when challenged by Yeezy's staff. He then went on to introduce a man named Idris Kiba that he described as an
He looked like another thug.
erratic, inconsistent witness. However, Idris was a business partner of Connolly and said that the dentist charges rappers and cartel bosses for natural stones, but puts vastly cheaper lab-grown diamonds into their mouths instead.
Wow, I told y'all this. I told y'all. I already told y'all. This man is using his credentials, the schools he went to, the people he knows, to finesse people. I told y'all, if you're taking one customer a day, you have to be doing something else suspicious. Even if you're charging a high rate, you got to be doing something else suspicious to make up that money. There's no way someone with the access to people he has is willingly going to choose, right, to take one customer a day, no matter how much they're charging. Because if someone, you could charge a high price and have multiple customers. If you were trying to actually make money off of your practice, authentically, legit, you would take more than one customer a day and keep charging that high price. It makes no sense to do otherwise unless you're doing something else to make up your money, which this makes sense. Okay, I'm gonna charge y'all exorbitant prices because of my name. And then I'm gonna charge y'all exorbitant prices for these stones, these natural stones I'm putting. And then I'm not gonna put real stones in. I'm gonna make y'all think it's diamonds, and I'm gonna give y'all lab-grown diamonds. Now we can get into a debate on if there's a significant difference between real diamonds and lab-grown diamonds in terms of the quality, or you know, that's a debate. However, what we can say for sure, there's a difference in the price of diamonds that they go out there and mine in Africa or wherever versus lab-grown diamonds. That's the biggest difference, right? You could say they're maybe identical in terms of quality or what you're trying to get, but he's making money off of the difference between what he's charging them for natural stones versus the price he's paying for lab-grown diamonds. And I guarantee y'all, this man probably got to connect that a business partner that grows the lab-grown diamonds, where he's probably getting a deal. He's probably paying even less than market value for the lab-grown diamonds and probably giving that person a cut of what he's upcharging these artists. I'm telling y'all, that makes sense. I told y'all the reason why this man went from, oh, I'm gonna do models and sports athletes, I'm gonna work on their teeth. To musicians, number one, he knows they're a lot more materialistic, a lot less smart with their money, a lot more susceptible to abusing drugs, which he could make money off of that. And they care so much about the aesthetics, they not even thinking about, oh, like, is he probably finessing me? No, because word of mouth is stronger than any other type of marketing. So it's like this dude got a crazy finesse going on right here. That's insane. I'm not surprised though. I told y'all something was off with this man.
Natural stones, but puts vastly cheap.
Wow, and he's doing this. So he's doing the same thing to cartel bosses. He's playing the dangerous game. So not only is he finessing the rappers, he's also finessing the cartel people.
Lab-grown diamonds into their mouths instead, as well as that Connolly has been bankrupt twice, the second bankruptcy, by Connolly's admission, entered into so that he could avoid tax.
Of course. W rich people tactics. They always do that.
With no experience in either music or fashion, and without examining a single document or interviewing a single member of staff, Connolly proposed widespread and disruptive changes to Yeezy's structure and operation.
What? So this guy's a dentist and he's over here making suggestions about the structure of the business? Yeah, I don't know how much more suspicious. I don't know how much more, not even suspicious, how much more this guy can confirm whatever suspicion I had. But how crazy is that, y'all? Imagine your doctor coming into your business and telling you, oh, well, I think you need to fire these people and hire these people. And I know someone you could hire to replace the people you fired. Like, that's insane. That's not nowhere near his job. That's giving, he's a handler or he's working with Kanye's handler or something like that. No person that specializes in one thing. It's like you going to a plastic surgeon, you know, to get a tummy tuck or something like that. And then they start making suggestions on how you should run your business operations. It don't make sense.
Without even knowing what they were, and offered himself as the ideal candidate to lead the business and revivify the company's fortune.
Really? I nominate myself as tribute to that. So this guy not only tried to make suggestions on how they should operate and structure the business, he volunteered himself to lead the company. He's a dentist. He don't got no business doing that.
In addition to that, he demanded a $2.4 million per year salary, and when the dentist submitted a formal scope of work as to what value he would provide to the corporation, it was comically vague. 1. Secure long-term sustainable funding for the company without debt or investors. 2. Solidify the long-term vision for Yeezy.
Thank you for the biddy. Welcome to the stream.
Yeah, one-on-one.
Yeah,
that's details of the vision
ridiculous.
Reported and categorized with dates and images. Solidify the immediate
Don't
goals.
Spend it all at once. Thank you. Thank you. How you doing today?
For Yeezy.
Yeah, this is ridiculous, bro.
These goals are to be accomplished within 12 months. Build an actionable plan with Milo to achieve the goals set forth in item 3, and then execute item 4 with Milo.
Y'all, this is some BS. This is some, bro. So this guy's a dentist and nominated himself as a candidate to run Kanye's whole business. I mean, bro, it's like, even if you don't want to believe in the conspiracy or, oh, like, you know, people are out to get Kanye. Even if you don't want to believe that, it's like, how do you objectively look at this information and come to a conclusion other than this guy is like clearly sent there by somebody higher up or something of the sort to disrupt Kanye's business operations or even take over his business, or like Milo said, deteriorate his mental faculties so they can take advantage of him. There's no one that's an actual professional that's gonna do this.
This was probably laughed at and then denied, so then his second attempt to apply for a more powerful position at Yeezy LLC was even worse, where one of the primary goals listed was the development of a personal use N2O2 system. So according to this dentist, if he were...
Is that even legal? Is it even legal to make a personal use nitrous oxide device, you know, considering that it's supposed to be for medical use only? How is this guy even legally doing this, bro? I mean, it can't be. But I'm just like, you're writing this down, you're so confident in doing this illegal stuff that you're willing to write it down as a business proposal. Be so for real, bro.
To take over this multi-hundreds of millions of dollars company selling clothing and doing concerts and music, etc. One of the primary goals to push this company forward is for Ye to have a personal nitrous gas system so he can have unrestricted and unlimited access to the gas. By April, employees
crazy.
at all levels of the company were worrying about Ye's dependence on the gas and speaking openly about it. Ye talked about it nonstop in meetings. He seemed to be in and out of the inhaler mask on a near constant basis. It was around that time that one of the junior staff confessed he had seen Connolly hauling 4 large surgical tanks of nitrous oxide into Bianca Sensory's apartment, and that something had told him to take a couple of photographs. As many as 5 Yeezy employees are said to have been sufficiently worried as to have taken photographs of the home nitrous installation. When challenged, Connolly admitted that he had taken the canisters to Ye's home, but insisted absurdly that they were empty and always been empty.
Be so for real. He think y'all green. He think we green. I don't know. So we're supposed to believe that, yeah, you rolled 4 surgical tanks of this addictive nitrous oxide to Kanye's apartment or his girlfriend's apartment. But nah, the cans were empty. Now, please tell me, did they ask follow-up questions? Why exactly would he have been bringing empty cans of nitrous oxide to someone's apartment? Like, be so for real. Like, I don't know, bro. There's no way they let him get away with that, right?
In case you didn't know, nitrous oxide is a mild sedative agent that safely and effectively manages pain and anxiety during dental treatment. The nitrous oxide slows down your nervous system to make you feel less inhibited. You may feel lightheaded, tingly, or even heaviness in your arms or legs. However, the high wears off extremely quickly, and after a few minutes, you'll feel pretty much back to normal. People who use nitrous oxide recreationally typically...
That's them whippets. Now, I've been seeing this trending more and more. I've never heard of people using this type of stuff recreationally, and apparently you can get them in like vape shops. Vape shops sell them. That's the part that that should be illegal. I don't care. So usually what they use this for, I believe they use these cans to like pump gas to like use like whipped cream or like some type of like food stuff. They use them in the medical setting, like where you inhale it, obviously administered by a professional, but they also use them in some type of food setting. I guess because like the pressure in there can help like pump out stuff that's in cans. So to me, it's wild that places like a vape shop would sell these, because what's y'all excuse to sell them? Y'all know people are abusing them, and I will see people get these huge like cans of this stuff, and they'll be like sipping the nitrous oxide straight out the can. It's crazy, bro. I didn't even know people were doing stuff like that, bro. Bro, they need to put some regulations on this or something.
just buy 8-gram whippers on...
You shouldn't be able to just buy this shit.
Amazon or at local supermarkets, or they buy a balloon filled with gas at a party or concert. It's cheap, easy to do, and appears to have limited health risks with infrequent use. However, because of the short-lived effects of the gas, some people develop addictions, use greater quantities of the gas, or use it for longer periods of time. Excessive N2O use will lead to a depletion in B12 vitamins. Studies have shown that a lack of B12 can cause permanent neurological damage and even death. Some long-time nitrous users lose feeling in their legs, making them wheelchair-bound or at least heavily reliant on care from others. Deaths involving nitrous oxide are rare. In most cases, the cause is accidental asphyxiation from breathing the gas using a mask. However, as it was explained in the affidavit, it seems like the goal was to supply Ye with enough gas in a system so he can essentially have unsupervised, unlimited access to using the nitrous, which is most certainly very dangerous. And if that wasn't bad enough, he is most certainly being ripped off. Medical grade nitrous oxide is not that expensive, with 10 to 20 pound tanks, you know, the big ones, ranging from just $500 to $1,000 a piece.
What? And he said he was paying $50,000 a month for these? Now, I don't know how much you could use in a day. I don't know what the, you know what I'm saying? But like, there's no way he could be using enough to equal $50,000 in a month. Bro.
A bill was received and paid for over $61,000 by Yeezy solely for anesthesia and nitrous gas, as well as him allegedly paying over $50,000 per month for the gas. Payment records from Yeezy LLC show hundreds of thousands of dollars in payments to Connolly labeled as dental work. It is physically impossible for thousands of dollars in payments to Connolly.
When is this? January 7th. $257,000 for dental work, followed by another $61,000 2 weeks later, also marked dental work. Yo, this is insane.
Connolly labeled as dental work. It is physically impossible for one man to consume.
I told y'all, $50,000 a month. That's about $600,000 a year, bro.
$50,000 worth of nitrous gas in a month's time. But it seems abundantly clear that Ye has no idea where his money goes. As we learned, he's paying $1 million salaries to employees who did nothing for him, so $50K a month for some nitrous was probably easy for him to justify. Plus, it seems like Ye was restructuring his entire life so that he can have access to this gas. As Milo mentioned in the affidavit, I learned that Connolly had moved into the apartment building Ye resided at during this period, at Ye's expense.
So not only did the doctor, the dentist, thug, move in to the same apartment building, Kanye paid for him to move over there. Does he even know he was paying that? Does Kanye even know what's happening with his money?
I was asked by Ye to negotiate a second apartment at the same complex, which he said he would be used as a studio.
So he was about to pay for 2 apartments in the same building outside of his own apartment, which he was already paying for, just for this guy to live there?
Completed these negotiations, a pending charge on Ye's American Express card showed that 6 months' rent had been paid in advance to the building management company. When I challenged Connolly to explain this, he claimed to be moving in at his own expense. The American Express charge was later refunded. There was also an attempted sale of over $1 million worth of stolen Yeezy Gap merchandise in March of 2024. And on the same day that all of this news leaked onto the internet, TikTokers posted a video of them purchasing a storage unit with tons of unreleased Yeezy clothing, as well as samples.
Wow, where did they get this from? So what, somebody stole the stuff and then just like sold it off to somebody?
Concepts and Ye's personal.
This type of stuff, bro, this type of stuff don't just get on the street. Somebody within the company business, someone around Kanye had to just steal it and just be like, yeah, I'm about to sell this to somebody random.
Items. I find this extremely coincidental. Milo also shared text messages from Dr. Connolly where he responded to Milo's allegations. Hey, we should probably have a conversation about the current situation. I'm friends with Billy Walsh and he shared your messages with me.
See, there go that Billy Walsh guy I told y'all about.
Where this went sideways, but we should review the facts. You are a very intelligent man. I think it's important that you understand the facts. I was merely helping Ye by making some introductions, which turned into making some recommendations, which turned into a potential business venture. I was never looking to step on others' feet and supplant you. I have 5 kids and a career I've worked myself to death to build. I'm slipping away from this venture and I will do my best to help you keep Ye and his business where it was. I apologize if I interfered. It was never my intention.
So that sounds like somebody that's guilty. He apologizing, talking about he gonna step away. I mean, come on, y'all. He's basically admitting his guilt.
As far as nitrous oxide usage, the tanks are empty and have been empty. Very little nitrous has been administered to Ye. As far as
right. But he going around telling everybody wherever he can in business meetings, on stage, on Instagram, in a video, he talking about this nitrous oxide all the time. But he ain't being administered it. Okay. That's what we supposed to believe? Okay.
General anesthesia in the dental office, we are using a well-experienced, board-certified anesthesiologist and following all safety protocols.
He wrote this like someone that knew these screenshots was going to get posted. WPR saved.
Calls to the T. Milo tells this story as if he was the only one trying to protect Ye. He mentions several other Yeezy employees by name in the affidavit, alleging that they knew of Milo's concerns but did nothing to protect him.
Dang, they put Yes Jules, Billy Walsh. Who's that? Did they say didn't I just see Ty Dolla $ign name? Yep, Ty Dolla Sign.
Affidavit, alleging that they knew of Milo's concerns but did nothing to protect him. Yes, Jules replied to the affidavit with some vague tweets. Love it when a liar tries to expose someone but only tells half the truth. The full truth will come to light.
Yeah, he seemed like he was just throwing people under the bus.
Believe that. As well as, a true villain will always try to disguise himself as a hero. Now it's important that we close this story by understanding who Milo Yiannopoulos is, why he was the chief of staff at Yeezy, and why some people can't take literally anything he says seriously. Coined by Out.com as an internet supervillain, Yiannopoulos gained notoriety early in his blogging career for writing politically charged rage bait articles. Normally, headlines are slightly over-sensationalized and easy to misinterpret, but this is not the case for Milo. He means exactly what he's saying, no matter how ridiculous the statement is. Donald Trump would be the real first black president. There's no gender pay gap, but here are 11 reasons why there should be. Or when he wrote an article—
Wow, so he's the original rage baiter.
Giving straight people permission to say anti-gay slurs, or when he declared his birthday as World Patriarchy Day, or when he just wrote an entire article about how he hates fat people, calling them disgusting babies who make excuses for their weight. And while you might think he is just some troll, he was constantly brought on mainstream news outlets.
Yeah, why did they ever give this guy attention though? Like, y'all gave the man a whole platform
throughout his career to give his thoughts and opinions on real issues.
Like, who is taking him seriously?
Were.
I swear, they be inventing people. They be inventing people and making them relevant. Telling y'all, bro, some of this stuff be a psychological operation on this.
Taken seriously. Since he was an openly gay right-winger, conservatives rallied around him because it was their way of saying, see, even he's gay.
I'm telling you, that's why that guy, I'm not gonna say he wasn't gay. I'm not gonna say he is or isn't or was or wasn't. But I will say, if I were thinking of a mastermind plan to grift money from conservatives, if I'm in any type of minority group, whether that be religious, sexuality, gender, things like that, race, I would pretty much turn myself into a prop and say all the talking points that they want to hear and use the fact that I'm a minority as an explanation for why they should give me money. I would basically turn my identity, whatever that is, into a bait for them to believe in me. Just like when black people are conservative and go real hard for conservative stuff, or say the same talking points as like conservatives or racist people, it's so easy for them to grift conservatives because they're like, oh my god, see, look, it's a black person. So you can insert whatever little category you want or minority group into that and it will work just the same. So take out black, insert homosexual, and you can run the same grift. Take out homosexual, insert Latino, insert Muslim, insert whatever like minority group you could possibly think of. If you spout their talking points, you can make a whole career. So let's just say, if I were an evil super villain grifter, if I fell into any of those categories, I would do that. Now, some of these categories you can't choose to be in. You can't turn yourself into a black person unless you're racial. So, you know, you can't turn yourself black or Latino or whatever group. But you know what you can do? That no one can tell you are or aren't. You can put yourself as a part of the LGBTQIA plus community. How is anyone gonna know if you're actually fall into that category? So that's kind of why I feel like I'm not sure that this guy Milo is even or was gay. For all I know, he could just be really smart and using that identity as a way to grift. Because think about it, he's a white man. He's already expected to behave or think a certain way. So what could he add on to his identity to make him a part of an oppressed group to then turn against that oppressed group and use his identity to grip people? Pretty much the easiest thing he could access is being gay. Because let's say he convert to Islam, it's not going to make as much sense. It's not going to like be as effective if, oh, I'm a white guy that converted to Islam, now I'm speaking against Islam and terrorists and I'm going to grip conservatives. It's not as effective, like, right? So I don't know. Maybe the guy actually is gay or was gay or reformed homosexual, but I'm just saying if I were to create a storyline as a white man where I could grift conservatives, that would be the first thing I would come up with. So if that is what he did, I gotta clap it up. It's smart. It's smart. But I don't know, man. I just feel like giving a platform to someone like this that was obviously a troll or rage baiter, it's like, why would y'all do that? He's not a political analyst for real. He's not some professional, or he's just a random person on the internet that made rage bait headlines and then end up getting brought onto shows and stuff. Thank you, Bussy. I was trying to get the idea out. I felt like I was kind of butchering it, but yeah, I think y'all get what I'm saying though.
Winger.
About this
Conservatives
guy
rallied around him because it was their way of saying, see, even he's gay, and he agrees with me.
See?
Milo kind of openly accepted the label of alt-right that he was given. I mean, it didn't really help that he was seen singing songs for white nationalists and ex-KKK members, but he would go to extreme lengths to try and defend stupid ideologies, like when he argued for pedophilia on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Oh, this must have been when he fell off. This must have been when they drew the line with him.
Trying to go on this.
You were the one who was anti-pedophile
I
earlier.
told you it wasn't the pedophilia. I was after I'd lost my virginity. I was in my teens. I was in my teens.
14.
I was in my teens. Something like that.
That's what you said.
Something like that.
Teens.
I don't know how they rock it in merry old England.
I was in my teens.
Over here in my country, and where you are right now,
You've never seen a 15-year-old girl at any point in your life, however old you were. You've never seen a 15-year-old girl you thought was hot.
Yeah, when I was 15.
No, when you were 25. When you were 25.
Dude.
When you were 25, when you were 30, you will have seen girls about 15 you thought were hot.
No,
of course you did.
See, this what happened when you make your whole career off of rage baiting and grifting and just saying stuff to get a reaction from people. Then you end up having to go with crazier and crazier and crazier talking points. I've seen the same thing happen with Sneeko. Same thing.
Kids.
No, you didn't.
I thought, damn, she's gonna be hot, but I didn't want to fuck her.
Bullshit. Like
Not bullshit at all.
Look.
You can't tell me what I was born into.
Milo even praised
That was kind of an AO answer from Joe himself, but he kind of just forced you to self-report. You ain't even have to say all that, gang. You told yourself, damn, she's gonna be hot. She gets older. That's still borderline.
conversion therapy.
A little crazy.
Using himself as an example of its success. He threw his $150,000 engagement.
Oh, he did the electric shock therapy thing?
At all. Look. You can't tell me what I was born into.
Milo even praised conversion therapy, using himself as an example of its success. He threw his $150,000 engagement ring from his ex-boyfriend into the ocean to
everything just screams grifter, bro.
He was not gay anymore, and still to this day refers to himself as an ex-gay man. He was introduced to Ye by Alex Jones after Ye announced he was running for president in 2020. Ye hired Milo to be his campaign manager, and then Milo brought on white
that's that other white supremacist dude. I've seen him. He's another rage baiter.
Nick Fuentes. And since Milo is known to flip-flop, lie, rage bait, take extreme takes, and say anything for attention, some people won't take a single thing he says seriously. I think it makes the whole situation even more concerning for Ye, because it shows that literally nobody around his multi-million-dollar empire, the people who are calling the shots, can be trusted. All of them must understand that Ye's mental state should constantly be evaluated, especially considering the multiple reports of concern about his nitrous use. We have no idea who really has his best interests in mind, and no matter who you want to believe or who you say is credible or not credible, whatever narrative you want to run with, it all ends the same way, with Ye being extremely vulnerable and unsafe, with potentially his life at risk here.
And Patrick with another W vid. As soon as I saw the dentist, I said, yeah, he's guilty of whatever the crime is. If your dentist is abusing PEDs, that's a red flag. I told y'all this dentist dude was on steroids. $500 for the gas, $4,500 for the privilege of having a personal doctor give it to you. Exactly. That's where that money was going. This dentist looks like the AI art program prompt for bald prison gang leader. I'm dead. Seems like they're trying to get Ye under a conservatorship. Maybe. Huh. Remember when Ye released a text message with them threatening to put him in Zombieland forever? Yes. Yeah, that was like, I don't know how long ago it was, but I do remember that whole shebang going on where Kanye's handler came out and said he was like threatening to put him on medications and then put him in a psych ward or whatever. And ever since then, and this ain't no conspiracy, it's the actual text that came out. So yeah. The minute permanent was said, I could only fashion a sad, oh no, you can't fix permanent when the drugs were off. Yeah. Giving fake diamonds to a cartel is insane. Exactly. Wait till they find out though. They want to find him not breathing like they found Mike. Didn't he put that in a song? They said, fun fact, Milo keeps a dossier of blackmail on anyone he's ever worked with. I believe that. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. They really trying to do the MJ to Kanye. I'm not surprised, though. I mean, look at it like this. My final thoughts on this. To me, all this confirmed my suspicion of something fishy going on with this whole shebang. And to me, what I think the end goal of these people is, keep supplying him with this stuff, keep giving him different handlers. That whole situation, Patrick wasn't able to elaborate on that, probably because he didn't have enough info, but that whole situation with them saying Kanye's new handler is someone that used to work with Drake's team, and then the text messages where the guy was talking about how much he loved Drake and OVO, come on y'all, how does that make sense? Would Kanye work with someone that he knew? Would he willingly work with someone that was that close to Drake? I'm not saying that it's like Drake's doing it, but I'm just saying that is a little strange. That is a little strange. So I don't know, man. I don't know. That's a little interesting. But closing thoughts. I feel like this whole situation, what they're trying to do is drug Kanye up, like someone said, maybe so they can put him under conservatorship, control all his assets. Because, Chad, that's crazy. In what scenario would a dentist come in, overstep boundaries, and suggest himself for a position to lead Kanye's company and control his assets? That is insane. Who would be bold enough to do that? So, I mean, to me, it just seems like someone's trying to take advantage of him, deteriorate Kanye's mental capacity so that he can end up being crazy, or if something happens to him, he'll be so crazy and wigging out so much that people will be like, oh, well, we expected this to happen. So it's like, if you deteriorate the man's brain cells and kill his brain cells with this nitrous stuff, if he was already dealing with some mental stuff, you could only assume that stuff, that nitrous is going to make it worse, right? I think that's a pretty safe assumption. So it's like, then he started crashing out, doing crazier and crazier stuff every year, crazier and crazier stuff, his brain deteriorating. Then they get to justify controlling his assets, taking over his company, something like that. And then guess what? While he still has control of the company, people are getting paid that weren't even doing jobs. So imagine if someone else controlled the company. It's like, I think the motives is very clear. Who is up to it? I don't know. Is it the people from Adidas, Balenciaga, Louis Vuitton, and all the big banks? Are they getting their get back on him? Are they trying to take control of his assets? Who knows? But y'all let me know what y'all think. Make sure y'all drop a follow to the Twitch. The link is pinned in the comments in the description. Come through to the stream. Let me know you're from YouTube. Make sure y'all leave a like, comment, and subscribe. But until next time, you guys, we are out.